Hello students. So today we'll discuss the one more problem related to relations and functions. So what is the problem? First we'll read the problem. Let A is equal to, they have given set A is equal to real numbers. Okay, it contains, set A is nothing but set of all real numbers excluding 3. So this particular set contains all the real numbers but 3 is not included in it. Okay, and then what is B? B is equal to R minus singleton 1. Okay, B is equal to R minus singleton 1. So that means B also contains all the real numbers except 1. Now what they have asked, consider the function f from A to B. So what is our domain? Domain is set of all real numbers excluding 3, which means you have to remove 3 from the real numbers. Okay, and what is B? B is, that is the codomain is set of all real numbers excluding 1. Okay, set of all real numbers excluding 1. So our domain is set A, codomain is set B. Defined by the function. So what is the function? X minus 2 divided by x minus 3. Okay, x minus 2 divided by x minus 3. So if when you see this function, by now you might have realized why they have excluded 3 from set of all real numbers and taken it as set A. Because if you put 3 here, whatever the values of x, it comes from set A, correct? So if in case set A was a real number set, then 3 was also included in that set. So that means 3 minus 3 would be 0. But anything by 0 is a not defined form. It is an undefined form, which does not help us in continuing with this problem. So what they have done, by looking at the function, they have told that our domain will be nothing but set of all real numbers excluding 3. And they have told codomain is nothing but set of all real numbers excluding 1. So there is some relation with 1, why they have not included 1. So we have to check whether the given function is 1, 1 or onto. So I hope you remember what are the definition, and I had told you how to go about when they are asking in general whether the particular function is 1, 1 or onto. So what you have to do to check it is 1, 1, to check whether f is 1, 1, to check whether f is 1, 1. So what you have to do, you have to take two elements from the domain. So what are the elements? Let x1 and x2 belonging to, what is our domain? Function is from A to B. So what is our domain? Domain is set A. So, and we'll assume that f of x1 is equal to f of x2. Okay, we'll assume that f of x1 is equal to f of x2. If in case by solving this, by taking this, if we get x1 is equal to x2, we can say that the given function is 1, 1. If in case we do not get that x1 is equal to x2, if we do not get that equality, then we can say it is not 1, 1. Okay, so but what is f of x? F of x is x minus 2 divided by x minus 3. So what happens to f of x1? It is x1 minus 3 divided by, x1 minus 2 divided by x1 minus 3. Similarly, what is f of x2? That is x2 minus 2 divided by x2 minus 3. Okay, f of x, in case of x, it is x minus 2 by x minus 3. Here we have x1. So it is x1 minus 2 divided by x1 minus 3. So when it is x2 minus 2 divided by x2 minus 3. So now, so I'll do the cross multiplication. So it will be x1 minus 2. I'll take this to here, this to this side. So x2 minus 3 is equal to x2 minus 2, already it was there. When I take this denominator to the other side, it is multiplied. So it is x1 minus 3. I'll multiply. x1 into x2 is x1 x2. x1 into minus 3, minus 3x1. Minus 2 into x2, minus 2x2. Minus into minus, plus 6 is equal to, and then x2 into x1, x2 x1. x2 into minus 3, minus 3x2. x2 into minus 2 into x1, minus 2x1. Minus into minus plus 6. So you can see that x1 x2 is common both the side, correct? x1 x2, correct? x1 x2 is, we can find it both the sides. So what I'll do, I'll take everything to one side and right hand side I'll keep it is equal to 0. So what happens? x1 x2 minus 3x1 minus 2x2 plus 6. I'll take all these things to the other side. So the symbol changes. If it was minus, it becomes plus. If it is plus, it becomes minus. So this is minus x2 x1 plus 3x2 plus 2x1 minus 6 is equal to 0. Correct? Whatever I have taken to the other side, it has changed its sign. So x1 x2 minus x1 x2. So it get cancelled. Minus 3x1 plus 2x1. Minus 3 plus 2 is minus x1. Minus 2x2 plus 3x2. So it is plus x2. Plus 6 minus 6 get cancelled. So minus x1 plus x2 is equal to 0. So if I take this to the other side, what happens? X2 is equal to minus x1. If I take it to the other side, I got x2 is equal to x1. So by assuming that f of x1 is equal to f of x2, I have proved that if the images are same, then the elements are also same. So if elements are different, then the images should be different. So one element can go to only one image. So this particular function is 1, 1. Now to check whether the given function is onto. To check onto. So what you have to do, you have to take a y from the codomain. So our codomain is B, and we'll say that there exists an x in A such that f of x is equal to y. So we have to check whether that such kind of x exists in A or not. So what is f of x? F of x is x minus 2 divided by x minus 3. It should be equal to y. I need to find the value of x and check whether that value lies in A or not. Okay, so that becomes x minus 2 is equal to y into x minus 3. So it is x minus 2 is equal to yx minus 3y. Okay, so I'll take x terms together, other terms I'll take to the other side. So what happens? X minus yx is equal to minus 2. If I take it to the other side, it becomes plus 2. So 2 minus 3y. I'll take x outside. Here you can see x is common. X into 1 minus y is equal to 2 minus 3y. Okay, so that is nothing but x is equal to 2 minus 3y divided by 1 minus y. So my x should be of the form 2 minus 3y divided by 1 minus y. So if I take y is equal to 1, okay, if my y is 1, whether 1 belongs to B? No, because from B we are excluded 1. That is the reason this particular x belongs to, this is a well-defined real number, so this belongs to our set A. So for any y taken from the codomain, we have found a x in the domain such that f of x is equal to y. Thus f is onto. I hope you're clear. What we had assumed? We had assumed that there is an x in A such that f of x is equal to y. We substituted the values and we found the value of x. So whatever might be the value of y from B. So the only case when this is not defined is if y is equal to 1. What happens? 1 minus 1 is 0. So anything by 0 is a not defined form. But y is in B and B does not include 1. So this is a well-defined value. So that means this belongs to our set A. Okay. I hope you are clear with the answer. If you have any doubt, please do clarify. Thank you.